have to keep abreast of the politics that are going on today because this is the history of tomorrow. And what kills me is how shocked people are acting that this is going on when this is America. This isn't even old America. This is 1960s America. They're snatching people off the street. They're telling the public who belongs here and who doesn't, who deserves to be treated a certain way and who doesn't. And the public's going along with it. And when I say the vast public, I mean mostly white America. And it is crazy to me when you hear, especially people on this channel, comment over black fatigue, but there is no mention of white fatigue. After genocide of Native Americans, after the taking of Mexican land, after the misogyny where women could not participate in government until 1920, after slavery, after convict leasing, after Jim Crow, after segregation, after economic segregation, after class segregation, poor whites, after the abuse of racism, Italians, Jews, Irish, nobody has white fatigue. And it kills me when whites today, in any large number, say what they would have done, they would have been a good, they wouldn't have participated in slavery, or they would have been standing with the people fighting for their rights in the 60s. And just no, you wouldn't. You'd be doing the same thing you're doing now, nothing. And the same thing that happened back then is happening now. Poor blacks always gonna catch it, and nobody says anything. Then it goes to another group. At one time, it went to Asians during COVID. Before that, it was the travel ban on Arabic or Muslims. Um, After that, now it's the immigrants. It's always going to be someone in this country, but there is no white fatigue. There's no white fatigue. In 1969, now my brother was one, so this is not like way back. My brother was a year old when this happened. The LAPD released SWAT for the first time, Special Weapons and Tactical Unit, on teenagers. The first time SWAT was used. 17-year-old, 19-year-old, Bernard Arafat, 17, Wayne Farr, 19, Tommy Williams, 19, Paul Red, 19, Renee Moore, woman, 19, Elmer Geronimo Pratt in his late 20s, and everybody else. They said it was at least five teenagers and at least three women, and the LAPD released these people to go murder these black kids. And you say, well, how do you know he was going to murder them? Because on December 4th in Chicago, the FBI coordinated the same thing with the Black Panther Party house where they assassinated um, Fred Hampton. They killed him. And some people who were protesting the war broke into the federal building to tear up draft cards, and they ended up getting all of the information that proved it was an assassination coordinated by the federal government, by the FBI. This in those papers to prove that is in a book called The COINTELPRO. I'm bringing this example up to show how blatant the federal government has been in recent history and is right now. Not just to Black folks, not just to Latinos, to poor people, to poor whites, to poor everybody. Those are the people that are getting sent to war now. But nobody cared about these people getting sent to war when it was the people who were imprisoned. Nobody cared about the people who were being snatched off the street when it was Latinos. But now our poor white brothers and sisters are getting sent to war, and we're hearing of, I think it was 16 American deaths today. And this is what America voted for. This, I'm not blaming Trump. It's one Trump. Trump is one person. There were millions of people that empowered this man and his ideas, and people who are working with him. That is the vibe of America. So when I go outside the country and people are trying to talk bad about Trump, I don't let them. I say, look, hey, you got to talk bad about the country. All of us. Because we let it happen. If we're not being revolutionaries and speaking out against it, we're part of it. I don't want to see my white brothers and sisters getting sent to war and hurt. I don't want to see my black brothers and sisters getting murdered by the police departments, coordinated by the FBI. But what kills me is the masses of the United States, the masses of our population acting shocked. Read uh, Dr. Angela Davis's book. Tells you all this stuff. This is not new. You're seeing it and you're doing nothing. So this is not a Trump video. This is a you video. You are living in it and you're doing nothing. So if you lived back in the 60s, no, you would not have been one of those few white people marching with the black folks. You'd have been the ones at home not doing nothing. If you one of the black people that ain't doing nothing now and think that you would have been a revolutionary in the 60s, you wouldn't have been. You wouldn't have been Frederick Douglass back in the day because you're not Frederick Douglass now. And those who are acting as though we're the babe in the woods and we don't know what's going on, that's why the country is the way it is. Now, I don't care about who you voted for. Doesn't make it doesn't mean the difference to me one way or the other. I'm just saying, look at us. Look at our country. Look at how we're functioning.